Welcome back now to the border, the open border. On Friday, the vice president traveled to the southern border in Douglas, Arizona, calling for tougher border security measures, despite having an open border policy throughout the Biden-Harris administration that has seen more than 8 million people illegally enter America, hundreds on the terrorist watch list, thousands of others already having committed murder, as well as more than 2 million evading apprehension altogether, the gotaways who have disappeared into America without a trace. Immigration and Customs Enforcement revealing this week to Texas Congressman Tony Gonzalez that more than 13,000 illegal immigrants convicted of murder are currently free in the United States and on ICE's non-detained docket. In a statement to Fox News, Homeland Security says this: the data in this letter is being misinterpreted. The data goes back decades. It includes individuals who are entered the country over the past 40 years or more, the vast majority of whose custody determination was made long before this administration. It also includes many who are under the jurisdiction or currently incarcerated by federal, state, and local law enforcement partners. Joining me now with more on the Biden-Harris border crisis is Arizona Senate candidate Kari Lake and Art Del Cueto. He's the vice president of the National Border Patrol Council. Thanks very much for being here to you both. I want to get the facts on the ground. First off, Art, take this on. The DHS is saying, no. The 13,000 people who are in this country who are actually murderers already, that's being misinterpreted.
Well, I mean, I think it's just sweeping under the rug, because the story came out, and you got to ask these individuals, where's anyone that you've allowed in the country? That's what you got to ask them. Where are all the people that have come in under this administration? Where are they? Have you kept track of them? And if they're going to come back and say, oh, no, this is decades, well, then you know what? They haven't been doing their job for decades, because where are all these individuals that they've allowed in the country? But again, I think it's just something, they're just trying to, change the focus on it and look at something, making you look at something else. But the issue is clear, and I think the American public understands that, and we just cannot afford 4 more years of this.
Yeah, I have the letter to Tony Gonzalez here, Kari Lake, and basically they're saying that it's 13,000 people who have committed murder that are running free, 15,000 others who have committed rape. Your reaction to Kamala Harris's border visit in Arizona on Friday?
I found it despicable. She spent 20 minutes on the border. She's been the border czar, Maria, for almost 4 years now. And she came down, I think, to make her friends in the mainstream media happy so that they could finally say she visited the border. Spent 20 minutes staring down at her feet, standing next to the wall. And I was surprised she didn't call Joe Biden and say, we did it, Joe. We destroyed America, because that's exactly what they're attempting to do. And Art just mentioned it. 30,000 convicted rapists and murderers are roaming around in our country. What they didn't mention in that list was the number of terrorists that are in our country right now. We're living in dangerous times. They just discovered IEDs and other weapons right on the other side of the border in Arizona. And, you have to wonder, are those meant for some of the terrorists that are now roaming around? And what about the 325,000 children who've been trafficked over our border, who Kamala Harris and my opponent, Ruben Gallego, who's in lockstep with her, have lost track of? My opponent has been 100% voting with Kamala Harris. He's open borders. He calls the border wall dumb and stupid, and he said he would never, ever, ever put a penny into building it. And he is for these sanctuary cities. I was recently in New York. That city is a wreck right now, and you can blame it on illegal immigration. Even though they're not on the southern border, they're feeling the effects of it.
Yeah, Art, what about that? I mean, the children who have been missing and trafficked, what can you tell us about life on the ground there in Texas with this open border? What has been the impact?
Well, I think the impact has been felt across every single state, and obviously on the border states. People, this is the problem. They haven't kept track of anyone coming through the border, and now we're seeing it out in California. A lot of these children that are being trafficked into the country, they're coming across, and we're getting reports that they're coming with melatonin. So the traffickers are giving these children melatonin, putting them to sleep. That way they don't make noise as they're coming into the United States. So it just makes it even worse. And look, Kari Lake and myself, we've been accused many times of saying, oh, they're spreading fear for no reason. You've heard it said, every state's a border state. Well, Kari and myself, we live in an actual border state. Tucson sector is at the very top of the list when it comes to encounters. And I can tell you right now, if this administration is given 4 more years after the chaos that they've created in the time they've already been here, they're going to feel empowered, and they're going to realize, hey, we don't need to do anything, just continue what we're doing because people don't care. The American public has to care. They have to show it come election time, because if we have 4 more years of this, I do not believe we'll ever recuperate. It's going to be devastating, and we will not recuperate in this country for many, many decades to come, and certainly we will never recuperate within our own lifetime.
I want to hit on that when we come back. I want to look at the future. We're talking with Arizona Senate candidate Kari Lake and National Border Patrol Council Vice President Art Del Cueto. We'll be back with more on Sunday Morning Futures. Stay with us. Welcome back. I'm back with Arizona Senate candidate Kari Lake and National Border Patrol Council Vice President Art Del Cueto. Art, what about this Tren de Aragua gang? Finally, we're seeing some arrests, but they are raging across Colorado, New York, Texas. How significant is this gang? What are they doing?
Well, so look, you've only seen what they've allowed you to see. That's what the problem is. Under the administration, you know, they've been able to import so many criminals in so many different entities. But Tren de Aragua, it's kind of like the Mara Salvatrucha on steroids. These people, they don't care. And the reason you continue to see, you know, the devastation is because there's no consequences. There hasn't been any consequences for any of these criminals the entire time that this administration has been in power. And you're going to continue to see them come across because no one's stopping them. All they have to do is come across, ask for asylum, and they get released. And they all know that. So they're going to continue to come in. And you mentioned the big cities, but you know what? They're in a lot of other cities as well. We just haven't seen the impact to the effect that we've seen in areas like Colorado, Chicago, and New York. But they're all over the U.S. right now.
This is why immigration is the #1 issue for voters. How confident are you, Kari Lake, of a free and fair election, transparent and fair election in November? Real quick.
Well, I hope we have one. I mean, if we can just have a little more fair, then I think we can win, because the people have had it up to here with this nonsense. I'm running against a guy who's not going to confront the cartels. He will coddle them.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.